So a little bit of news is that I'm in Milan this week with, let's see, product, strategy, engineering groups, hashing out what we're thinking about for the next generation of our technology strategy. Because you guys know the path that we're on currently. Token mint is a really big part of that. The EVM chain is a really big part of that. But what's next? And there's a lot in between, by the way, like thinking about DeFi, NFTs, and everything that's going to be happening in Horizen is super exciting. But we're also thinking the industry is evolving so fast. We need to make sure that we're pointing our deep technology talent into the areas of most best use. So we're thinking through these things. It's not an easy solution to anything because things are moving so fast. Some things that you know about, obviously, Token Mint is on testnet. We're going to mainnet, but we're thinking, how can we differentiate it further, or actually differentiate it using things like zero knowledge proofs on minting? Could be kind of interesting. Maybe integrating in a language like Leo that's used for call it like dynamic zk proofs. Or just thinking through other technology advantages that we might have with the token mint. The EVM project is consuming a lot of our bandwidth right now, and that's just only going to increase because we're going to want to accelerate that delivery. But in the meantime, it's possible that we see the industry evolve even further to the point where what we're paying attention to right now is like a provable EVM or a provable virtual machine, call it a zk EVM or something like that. There are other projects, peers of ours out there that are focusing very heavily in this type of technology. We're tracking it closely, and we're trying to see how we can, keep the infrastructure they're building relevant, so that when there is this type of technology breakthrough for a provable virtual machine, we could integrate it quickly into our ecosystem. So that's the way that we're thinking of playing that piece of it. But going beyond that, we need to think about where our big competitive edge is going to rest. I keep arguing it's Zendu, it's the cross-chain transfer protocol, because as these breakthroughs happen in the industry, we can integrate them all into our space, or at least in theory we can. Right? In practice, we'll see how design choices we make affect things that we can integrate in the future. But we are keeping a track of this technology frontier with the intention of being able to integrate things in quickly with us. So Token Mint was a major learning experience on deployment of our own technology in our own space here. The EVM is going to be a critical, just call it like ecosystem catch-up point or inflection point for us, where we can have a lot of the DeFi and NFT type of products that people just want in crypto. But we're thinking beyond that. Lattice is still really important in our calculations, in the sense of having kind of provable single or maybe limited set types of blockchains out there. Maybe that scales really nicely for enterprises. We'll see. But we're also posturing ourselves so that when the zk EVM type of technology matures, whether that's from us or from a competitor, we can still integrate it into our ecosystem. So that's, anyway, just wanted to share in a nutshell with you, because as we're going through these types of strategy conversations, the really important thing is the procedure for how we do it, because there's good strategizing and there's bad strategizing. And I would say the good strategizing is when we do it openly, with all of you, obviously, with the team, sharing this to get more inputs, with the community, seeing what you guys think about things. Maybe people have good ideas out there, but really just communicating so that, together as a team, as a community, we should be steering this technology in a way that's going to make Horizen increasingly, number one, catch up, but then increasingly relevant, so we can hit that kind of critical competitive inflection point in the future. So anyway, that's what's going on here. It's going to be a pretty fun week, just deep diving on some of these technology strategy conversations and thinking through. I'll tell you one big difference now that we have a maturing team, as we've been able to grow over the years, is that we're tackling things right at this point. So we have a lot of sophisticated capabilities where we're thinking through this technology frontier of where our competitors are heading, what types of breakthroughs we think might be imminent, others might be a little bit longer term. But how do we posture ourselves? Where do we fit Horizen so that it really adds value into the marketplace, and not just coming up with the ideas that we think are cool, because we have a lot of those, but now we're thinking through more sophisticated ways of validating our ideas so that we're not just coming up with hunches and running with it, but actually, we're going to be rapidly iterating through different ideas and validating them with, those people that we think might comprise a market or might comprise users of the things that we're building. So anyway, a lot there, and this will be a power week to see what we come up with. But certainly next week, I'll share with you guys everything that we come up with. And I would like us to do an even better job documenting and sharing these types of conversations with you guys as we go. But at least the weekly insiders are, the critical first starting point for this type of communication.